I've been playing grid for now it's 8 years, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah.
To us, that was a huge advantage to have some people on our team that have that veteran status to really help the newbies kind of like figure out where they go.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bree's Breakout. My name is Breanna Sorensen, and I am here today with the one and only Jaime Gold, who is the head coach of the Fort Lauderdale Lions and utility player. How's it going today, Jaime?
Hey, Breanna, it's going great. Just another day in paradise.
So first I have to know, Coach, what was it like winning the AS1 tournament?
To be honest, it was very unexpected. We kind of went in with a little broken, a little kind of pieced together, as I think a lot of these teams really did for this tournament during COVID and everything. So I think everyone was kind of like scrambling, and I couldn't be more proud of my players. I mean, they really rallied together and like pulled some stuff out that I can't lie. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that, and you guys just crushed it. So I'm just super proud of them and all the hard work that they put in. And they, all these guys on all these teams, they train hard year round, and they put it all out there in one weekend, and they brought it home.
I mean, like you said, so that team was I remember you telling me during the tournament too, like quite a few people were very last second, even within like days of the tournament. So now does that give you almost a new sense of confidence where you're like, hey, so we did that good being able to pull everything together last second. And now this season you get obviously, more time to prepare and, get players together.
So, I mean, I think it just kind of goes to show that it does really come down to strategy and executing your strategy. And as long as you explain that to your players and you're really trying to make sure that they understand this is your job, this is all I want you to do. When this person comes back, you're going. And when that clicks for them, it makes things a lot easier. And there is a lot of strategy involved. And if you talk to any of these other coaches, like we spend days like picking where someone's going to go, how many reps they're going to do, who they're going to tag, which station they're going to. I mean, this isn't just let's just throw it together. So for these, we had 2 new people literally signed like 2 days before. And granted, I know them well personally, and I've trained with them, and we've competed together in other competitions. So it was very easy for me to know where they could go. So I think that was an advantage on my part, knowing them as athletes so well. It wasn't trying to bring in 2 random people that I didn't know. I think that might have been put a little bit more of a challenge on me as a coach, but all of these athletes are phenomenal. And as long as they understand like the game and the strategy and what we're trying to do, if they do their job, I mean, the goal is the competition turns into who can run the cleanest match and who can get like the least amount of faults the whole time. And whoever runs the cleanest match usually wins.
Yeah. Now you could have fooled me by saying, that roster was so literally days before because you all performed so well. So with that insane roster, with all of that talent on both ends, with body weight, heavy, all that. So with that, do you want to, are you planning on changing much of the roster for this upcoming season, seeing how well you performed during the AS1 tournament?
I mean, there's a few elements that I think we have that are missing, a couple gaps that we need to fill in for this season. I'd love to see every single person come back on all the teams. I mean, I think every coach is like, please, all of you guys come back, because it does work really well, because the more experience that anybody has, the better they're going to play. Literally, like they could not be any better, but they'll play better because they get it.
Yeah.
And I think for us, I think we had a huge advantage there because we had so many players. We only had 2 players that had never played before, but everybody else had been on our team for 2+ years and have been playing grid for maybe 3, 4. I mean, I've been playing grid for now it's 8 years, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of us understand it. So when you have that veteran status, even when you throw new people in, they kind of really help bring them in. So I think that to us, that was a huge advantage to have some people on our team that have that veteran status to really help the newbies kind of like figure out where they go. Because it wasn't just me saying, hey, go here. You got Eric telling them where to go, Mario telling them where to go, Emiliana, like all those guys have been playing with us for, the past 2-3 seasons. They know. And they'll be like, no, go here. Wait for so-and-so, wait for so-and-so. And they help too. So So having all those veterans, I think, was really what made the difference for us. And I think we do have some holes. I mean, I think every team has holes, but there's some holes that I want to fill. So we're looking for some body weight on the girls' side. We're looking for some strength on the girls' side. And I would say on the guys' side, we could probably use almost the same.
Yeah.
Maybe another utility player and maybe another strength player on the guys' side.
Now, are you having many veterans come back again for this upcoming season?
Yeah. I so far we've got a lot of people that are ready to go and excited about the season, excited about having like a real season versus kind of what happened last year. That was tough to run all those matches in a weekend. Even though they were abbreviated, it was still hard on people's bodies and what they could handle. And so I think people are ready for like a regular season and being able to go all out in a match and not having to kind of be reserved or be like, oh, what if we make it? What if we don't make it? Should we practice this? It's just like, no, this is the match. This is what we're doing. I think it'll help. It'll make these matches be even faster, which is crazy.
Now, what can we all look forward to about new signings or new talent to the team? Can you drop any hints of what we may be looking for?
No, I can't really drop any hints at the moment. We gotta keep everything, in-house until it's time, and then we kind of release the beast and show people like, oh, this is our team. This is where we are, and we're ready to play.
Absolutely. Now, after the championship last year, you obviously know how to put like a great team together with both sides, with body weight, heavyweight, like how to put a team together with like athleticism wise, but what other characteristics do you think that a team needs besides that athleticism?
I think one of the things I pride a lot of my players on is their ability to be good leaders, but not be independent leaders. Like they're good team leaders and all of them are very respectful of each other. And I think it shows because we've gotten to this point where nobody is questioning whether or not if somebody says they can do 10 reps or something, if they can actually do it. In the first year you're running, they're like, yeah, I got it. And then they fail on 8 and you're like, oh no. But now I think everyone has become very confident in their own skills, but also confident in promoting somebody else's skills. We saw that happen, in this tournament where someone was like, I know Mario could do that. Or like, I know Eric's got that. Or I know Sanchez, she could do that all day. And you're like, okay. Like, and they trust each other. And I think that's what you have to build in to make these teams work is trust within the team. They need to trust me as a coach and what I'm putting out there, but they also need to know that I'm open to listen to their ideas. And they do. We have meetings like, oh, I think this might be better here. I'm like, all right, let's run it. Let's try it. Let's see where you stand. And if this could be faster, let's do it. Like, I'm very open to changing my game plan if I need to. Because someone says, you know what, so-and-so probably isn't going to do great here. I think this person would be better. I've been watching them train. I'm like, heck yeah. And we're all like a cohesive unit. And I think that's really what it comes down to is everyone trusting each other and being able to voice that now and saying, I got this, or, hey, you know what? I don't have this. And that's what makes the teams really, I think that's what makes that makes our team really good because we're very vocal with each other. We can express that and without fear or judgment or anything like, oh my God, she's going to be so mad at me if I can't do it. No, tell me. I want to know now. I don't want to find out in the match.
Oh, yes. Now, does that make almost like a sense of pressure on all the coaches just because like these players are trusting you? I know people don't realize, how much strategy that you have to do your research on, not only with your own players and knowing how many reps so-and-so can do doing this, but also you're like researching the other team, even when to, throw that bonus flag. Like you have to know like what their strengths are and then your own team strengths as well.
Mm-hmm. I think that comes down to our team having so many veterans, knowing where we're really, really good. And we know the veterans, everyone knows the veterans on everyone's team. And everybody knows it, depends on the team, right? But like, if there's a super gymnastics heavy workout, we're probably going to be pretty good at it. We have a lot of gymnasts on our team. If there's a super strength biased workout, we might not be so good at because we, at that tournament, like we didn't really have a ton of strength on the female side. We did on the guy side, but not on the female side. So, but I know that, right? And the team knows that. So we strategize around it. We strategize to our strengths, not to our weaknesses. And we bonus where we know we're confident, and we push where we know we can, and we know where others can't.
Now, how would you compare this upcoming season's roster to last season's roster?
I think we're going to be a little bit more well-rounded this season in terms of that, because I think we've got some people that have been training really hard that have maybe made some of their weaknesses a little bit more of a strength. And I think we're going to get some people too that are going to be able to help us on those, with those holes that we have. Yeah.
For my last question for you, really, you've been there since day one. So like, how exciting is it for you to see just the competition every year get more and more intense? And now there's starting to be, more and more veterans added to that side, and players who know what they're doing. So how exciting is that for you as even a competitor to see the competition grow every single year?
I want to say it's exciting, but it's kind of scary, because then it's like, crap, now we got to step up more, and everyone's got to step up more. Right? Because everyone's just getting better. But that's kind of what's so cool about sports in general. It's just people get better, and you see the cream kind of rise to the top, and people, they push, and you get these players that they want to play, and they're hungry, and they get really good, and it makes the sport more fun. If you go and you take a team and you crush them, to be honest, it's never fun. It's not fun for the others. It's not fun for the winning team, and it's not fun for the losing team. Because you're just kind of like, can we stop? Like, this is terrible. But when it's like we're getting there. We're like, okay, if we win this one, and we bonus this one, how many points are, like, where are we going to be? Like, there's stuff happening the whole match. Like, trying to figure out, where are we? How many points do we need? If I throw a bonus here, what happens? If they take all the points on the ladder, what happens? And I think now it's going to come. It's the matches that come down to the sprint relay are the best. And they're the hardest to handle if you lose, but they're the best when you win.
Oh, I remember ASWIN tournament, so many were just last second, like half a rep. I was like, what in the world? But thank you so much, Jaime, for talking to us today. And we're so excited
Absolutely.
To see what the Lions have in store for next season.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be a blast. Thank you so much.